Now, this privacy of kind of first advertising is, as you said, it's become a constraint for a lot of ad tech companies. They built their reputation around that, and CTAG's made its core kind of design principle this privacy first contextual advertising. How does starting from privacy first kind of change the architecture of what you build?
Yeah, I mean, I think like the the good news for us is like, we we care about the content. We care about predicting things based on the content, not about the user, right? If I'm reading something right now, it's all about what I'm reading right now and what kind of like the interests and emotions that it could predict, we can predict that it would bring in me, right? It's not about my demographic. It's not about like matching my identity to something to figure out like what kind of household I'm living in, my household income, and etc. Right? If you just take the content as your centerpiece, your first implicitly because you don't care about the who the user is, and you care more about the content and the interactivity between the content and the user.
Now, the content and context are pretty tricky things. They're very human kind of capabilities of understanding the context from the content, right? It's not a keyword matching system,
Yeah.
Liz isn't. So, kind of give us a little bit of a description of how they're different, and kind of where does that gap kind of exist in performance and how you approach this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if you roll back to the how the technology evolved, right? And sort of that kind of predates me at CTAG, but I'm just talking about industry and sort of the contextual technology in general. Obviously, everything started with keywords, but then you have like, you do like a keyword frequency based models back in the day, and you're trying to figure out what the interest may be, right? But as the technology evolved, as the natural language processing evolved, and we went into like the transformer based models. Now we have like embeddings. Now, with the new capabilities of AI, we have a very good understanding of like the full context of the content rather than just going into more things around like keyword frequency and whatnot that may sort of deviate or that may reduce your accuracy on what you predict, right? So I think like that's where it started getting more interesting for everybody. And then you sort of like do the advertising based fine tuning on top of it. So you can look at the context in the context of the general of the world, right? So you can sort of say like, well, what would be an example? You could sort of say like, we want to try to figure out like a luxury high-end auto enthusiast, right? And then you can sort of look at articles ranging from like the newest luxury cars releases and descriptions of that to Bahrain GP getting canceled this year to Grand Theft Auto, and you're in this embedding space, and then you have to sort of say like, hey, maybe if you were to do it in a way that you're doing more keywords or like a looking subset of the content, maybe Grand Theft Auto could sort of like have enough in it that could align it more with the luxury enthusiast by definition than Bahrain GP. But if you sort of put your like advertising hat on to the model and fine tune that model, you're gonna sort of need to change that embedding space in a way that, yeah, like somebody who's into Bugattis and Ferraris probably is a better candidate to like read something about Bahrain GP getting canceled than reading something about Grand Theft Auto, right? So I think like that's where the whole sophistication comes in, and like that's where like the newer tech let us do what we do in a higher precision than we were able to do 10 years ago.